we'll go back over here on this end.
In regards to the difference between scenario 1 and scenario B, I see the major factor is whether to stagger the bond and levy votes or to keep them all in the same year. Do you have any data or evidence to suggest which scenario is more successful passing-wise, to have them in the same year, or is it more successful to stagger them?
Actually, well, that's a very interesting question. Our analysis, at least from the school district perspective, is that we work with the board to consider all the variables around it, but in terms of which of these dates would provide more chance of success, I think that's a campaign question that school districts typically aren't involved in.
Scott, oftentimes people mix the roles and responsibilities of the school board, the administration, represented by the superintendent, and the bond and levy committee. So the board makes a decision about whether or not a bond will be run, when it will be run, how big it will be. And the committee is responsible for the campaign work. So superintendent's staff may not make those decisions. There isn't a legal foundation for that. And we have to be very careful about the extent to which we do anything related to a campaign, because it's in most circumstances illegal for us to do so. So people who mix the board, superintendent, levy committee role aren't really clear on those distinctions. Okay?
Maybe phrasing the question a little bit different would be, when they are not staggered, would that entail additional staff work in getting community outreach on the proposals prior to making those resolutions ready? Would that create additional work with the staff in reaching what is included in each one of those items?
The question, as I understand it, is running two elections more work than one? I would say obviously 2 is more than 1, and going to be
3
is more than 2.
Harder than 2.
It also generates more election costs, so we try to be careful of that too.